Hello, welcome back to this lore play of Silent Hill 2. This is episode 7, I believe. And if you're just tuning in now, I recommend you go back because we've been kind of building incrementally up to this point. There's a lot of things that you'll miss out on, some basic lore information I started off with in episode 1 and episode 2. So, either way, thank you for watching, and today we're going to explore the Otherworld Hospital and escape it, basically. So, without further ado, let's go. We're going to leave the comically small garden, and you'll notice the entire hospital has changed in layout. There's a nice save point. If you look at that fan back there, you can see there's a bunch of, well, stretched sort of skin surrounding it. And this is been stated it's meant to resemble an anus. And it definitely does the job. Excuse me, does the job. My voice cracked. So, I believe we can go up this elevator, actually. But first, I just want to explore these rooms. Now, interesting, this is probably my favorite Otherworld in all of Silent Hill lore, video games, or whatever, because you'll notice the door is all wrapped up. And the rooms are all washed out and damaged, much like the earlier Blue Creek apartment buildings and Woodside apartment building. It all looks water damaged, it looks rotted away. And then there's a tight cloth covering this. I believe there are nurses in here. Yep. This is the best room to demonstrate it. So that's just a regular nurse. Usually they're Otherworld nurses, but both show up. Wow. What was that? I don't know if you heard that, but there's a loud crashing glass noise. That was bizarre. I've never heard that before. Wow. It just happened again. This game still frightens me. So you'll notice everything, even the walls, are draped in tight cloth. A lot of people think because of the color and texture it's... Wow. Is leathered out skin, but I believe it's just really tightly wrapped cloth. And you'll notice everything is wrapped down in that stuff. Everything. So, because the world is a reflection of your protagonist's psyche, it's just worth noting that in James's psyche there's a theme of things being kept under wraps. Very, very tightly under wraps at that. I'll explain further later, because there is actually one other reason that everything looks like this. It's not just that. But I'll explain it later on. So, all these doors. Now, the Otherworld Hospital is shorter than the real world, well, quote unquote real world hospital. So, even the elevator is draped in this stuff. And we're gonna head up to... Let's go to the second floor and explore that. I was thinking about breaking my own rule about searching a grid pattern, but we'll not do that. Notice the layout of the hospital has changed. That's the Otherworld nurse. It's just darker, dirtier, rustier. This is the bubblehead nurse, just for comparison. Much cleaner, whiter. And we're gonna check all these doors. I think only 1 or 2 on this floor will open. Oh wow, this opens. So again, everything's under wraps. Even the pillars. And what is this? There's something that looks like a refrigerator. Will you open it? So James is gonna try and open this. But as I've mentioned numerous times in this playthrough, despite the buffed up image of James that I use in the intro. It's no good, the door is too heavy to open by myself. Despite the buffed up image, James is physically a pussy. Not psychologically, I mean, he bears this all very, very well. But physically, he's a weak man. Let me check this door. Wow, there are a lot of nurses. I guess because I left the room, they respawn. This is one of those times where I'm very, very glad that I decided. Even the painting's all wrapped up. Very, very glad I decided to turn off the radio, because it would be incredibly loud in this section. Even the floor right here, all wrapped up. Two nurses, uh-oh. No, James. This is the worst situation. Okay, I'm going to... Okay, so, because of my hubris, I foolishly decided to quick load a quick save, because I was about to die in that room with the two nurses, and because I didn't want to take that much damage anyways when I could take 0. So I loaded a quick save, and turns out the last time I had quick saved was before I fought Flesh Lips. So I've just refought him, re-explored, gotten all my supplies, and we're back, and I'm gonna quick save right here. I have equipped the shotgun this time, so I can take them out without taking too much damage. Just the one pipe hit. So like I say in the intro, this lore play is comically bad, which is why I make so many mistakes, despite having played the game many times, but I digress. Again, completely wrapped up room. Well, that confirms it. I killed every nurse here, but that confirms they respawn, because I was actually testing it out. I wanted to see if they would respawn. So look at this wall with hands reaching up to this hole. We get a dry cell battery and a basement storeroom key. There's a piece of paper on the bed. I was locked up inside the basement's basement. It was so small and dark, and I was so afraid. I dropped my precious ring, but I will never ever go back there. So that's a hint. That along with the basement key. We need to head to the basement. Excuse me. I'm gonna see if I can juke this nurse. It's gonna be hard. I couldn't do it. So, we're actually gonna head up to the first floor because there's no basement option. Did I say first? I meant third floor. And before we do anything on this floor, I'm gonna eliminate the nurses. There's a very human-like yelp when they, or scream of pain when they fall, because they are pretty human enemies. So when I came out of the elevator, this was on my left. There's the elevator, and here this is, which, as you can see, there are hands coming out of the door, and it's locked. It says there's a painting of a woman on the door. Oddly enough, the hand part of the painting is actually 3D and sticks out. So this is a puzzle solution, or a puzzle that we will need to find the solution for. And check all these doors. Ooh, an ampoule. It's a scrap of paper on the ground. It's just some doodle. Something is written on it. She is an angel, no one knows, only I can see the lady of the door. They cannot walk along her bridge of thread, they fall from the weight of their crimes. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sin, she devours them. Sin and sinner alike, she saves me, she is an angel. So, kind of a hint towards that, the lady of the door is that puzzle. A lot of people think that it's a, that it symbolizes Mary, but I'm not even going to explain the lore because it's such a reaching and broad generalization. Like, because she's an angel, and she's a girl, and Mary's also a girl, and so sweet that she's like an angel. It's, you know, no significance at all. Here we go, room S3. Now I'm gonna turn off my mic so you can hear this really quickly. You can hear a heartbeat and some labored breathing. There are empty medicine bottles here. Is that what Maria was taking? Is Maria sick now too? So in case you don't remember, this is the room we dropped off Maria in. Obviously, she's gone. Maria's not here. Where could she have gone? So, interesting little fun fact. This medicine that she was taking, if you look at the bottle very closely in a model viewer, it says the only word you can read on it is white. And there's some implication that white refers to the drug in Silent Hill 1 that the cult uses and that Lisa Garland is addicted to, called White Claudia, or PTV. So just an interesting little fact, not confirmation or anything, but I would go so far as it's at least a reference. That's for sure. So the reason we came up to the 3rd floor instead of the basement is because we can actually go through this door and go on the stairwell. Before I do that though, I'm gonna kill these nurses and explore a little bit. I think, yeah, that door's locked. So there's nothing over there except this odd pillar. That was a really poor effort, nurse, for that swing. You were a few hundred miles away and you tried to hit me with a 3-foot pipe. This is normally an elevator, but it's they made it about half as wide as usual. That's interesting. So this is the storeroom I've been waiting to go in here. And the storeroom, unremarkable except it has supplies. We will come back to this room later though. I'm gonna reload quickly. And we're gonna head down stairs. We're gonna take the stairway. And if you'll remember, I got the basement key. There's a save point here. And just for completion's sake, we're gonna check the roof. Can't go out there. So we're gonna run a few floors down. The doors have ceased to have labels anymore. I'm gonna try this room, but yeah, it's broken. I think the 1st floor is broken too. Yep. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a little squeaking noise. If I wait here for a second, you'll hear it. Or you will not hear it. Anyways, if you rewind to when I was walking down the stairs, you can hear a little squeaking noise, which sounds like a pig suffering or something like that. I used the basement storeroom key. So we've entered this, maybe it was basement stairway key. I can't read. So there's this weird wrapped up bookshelf. There are red handprints all over it. Move the shelf? Yes. So, this is James's most impressive feat of strength. And there's a little sign here. It says, no health drinks or something. So we're gonna try and climb down this ladder.
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life! You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I
Then
just...
stay with me! Don't ever leave me alone! You're supposed to take care of me! So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but... she ran away.
We've got to find her.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone. And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
So that's a neat cutscene. You'll notice Angela, Maria really freaks out for a second there. It's sort of like she changes gears and she suddenly goes nuts. It's pretty crazy. We're gonna head down this ladder. You'll notice that she feels very bonded. I'm gonna pick up this ring here. You can see it. I got the copper ring. So she seems really bonded to Laura and wants to protect her for some reason, which is very odd, you know. But with the switching of the personality so quickly and everything, there's some implication that maybe Maria is having Mary's memories, and because Laura met Mary a year ago, she wants to, you know, meet her. She wants to protect her. She loves her. So it's... well, this whole mural even stretches out over here. So I haven't explained exactly what we're doing just yet, but I'm heading down to the second floor to go back to that fridge that was too heavy to open by myself, and we're gonna open it with Maria's help. Now I'm gonna turn off my mic for a second because there's a very interesting little cutscene here.
Is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally, bitter tears. What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. Now the question, what was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Gay. Now for our third and final question. South of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Pale Vale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road, no more. The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Rindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
What was that?
I love that little cutscene. It's kind of a cutscene, but so all those questions are related to things we've seen so far. Of course, it's a really creepy little thing that, you know, the game show with a punishment, and the fact that it's, you know, me, you know, it's James Sunderland, and it's just the creepiest goddamn thing in the world. Anyways, he says go to the storeroom for your prize, and here's the box. So, excuse me. This is the box, Q1 meaning question 1, Q2, Q3 question. So you're supposed to remember the numbers and remember and get the right answer. And the answer, I can't even remember the questions, honestly. I know the order is 313, but I believe it's Lakeside Amusement Park, and then Walter Sullivan, and then Nathan Avenue. But and if you get it wrong, this is filled with shotgun shells and ampoules. Ampoules restore all your health and make you invulnerable for a short period of time. So if you get it wrong, you actually receive damage to the point where you're one hit from death. Anyways, we're gonna head back down to the 2nd floor. I just wanted to go and get those supplies. So, really creepy cutscene. I think it's probably the creepiest one in the whole game. 2nd floor. And I'm gonna sprint past every nurse here. Hopefully juke them out. Well, that wasn't too hard. We're gonna go in this room. It's called the day room. We can't go in any of those other places. And we're gonna use Maria's help.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help?
She's a condescending cunt. Her personality really changes around a lot. It's pretty crazy.
What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
Thanks. So that's the letter ring. So we've got 2 rings now, which, if you remember, means we can go back. Wow, the camera's out of my control. Ooh, that girl had a laser guided pipe. We're gonna head back up to the 3rd floor. And solve the lady on the door puzzle, which is really easy actually. It's engraved with a disgusting bloated face. You can see the skull there. It's engraved with a picture of a spider, copper ring. So we're going to combine these so that we can use them at the same time, and put one on each hand of the lady on the door since her hands are 3D. and we'll hear a clicking noise, which means the door is unlocked. And we've got this weird little stairwell. Excuse me, slut. All these doors are locked, and then you get this one long staircase. It goes all the way down here to this weird door. Let's quick save. So there's Maria, and we get this weird little hallway. Very bizarre. Uh-oh. We're getting pursued by Pyramid Head. There's that red glow again. Uh-oh. I got stuck. So he's stabbing Maria with his spear. He, got a different weapon. We're gonna run all the way here to this, elevator. Open up! Open up! Maria. So, Maria died. This is my favorite track. It's called Magdalene, and it captures emptiness and numbness very well. So, we ran to this elevator. So this track will play while we explore this floor of the hospital, which is the original lobby floor. There's a weird grating on the floor. And again, everything's wrapped up. And the reason Pyramid Head switches from the very heavy and slow great knife to the great spear is solely for function, so that he can actually run and pursue you as opposed to walking slowly. So checking all these out. So those doors are locked, which means I believe I missed one memo, but I will go back and find it and splice it in here. Okay, so that was just, I wanted to show you the memo really quickly because it's a scrapped development idea, which was that James originally had split personalities, which I believe was James and Joseph, and one was a lot more violent and aggressive, and one was just kind of laid back and nicer, like James is how James is now. Excuse me. Is sort of a combination of those. So we're gonna go in this room, and there's all this stuff, a little map. It looks like there's some writing on it. He who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss is not bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can only be learned by marching forward. Follow the map. There's a letter in a wrench. There's a letter in a wrench. So that first circle there, he's copying down everything from the map. That first circle is that little box, that little pile of dirt that we found behind the Jennifer Carroll statue. We're gonna go there and dig it up. We get the hospital lobby key. And you can see Laura walking out there. Very creepy. And this is a window outside. You can see it's dark out now. It's night. I'm gonna walk over here. Books about medicine in the town and the region are lined up here. I'm very sorry about all the yawning. If you followed me at all, you know I have a pretty erratic sleep schedule. An old book here about the history of Silent Hill. You can see on that painting back there by the lamp, there's a couple of demon faces, which is, again, sort of emblematic of that scrap scene theme of James having two personalities. So, we're going to use that hospital lobby key here. There's a save point here, I'm not going to use it, but we're going to walk through this door. So that's a neat little text blurb. If there is no sound or voice acting there, so don't worry, your speakers aren't messed up. So, now Maria's dead, much like Mary died. Sorry I bumped the mic there. And Laura's run off, and she's been running the whole time. So James's only hope now, this is quite literally his lowest point. It's completely black in the town to show that everything is dark, depressing. James's only hope is to go follow that map and hopefully find Mary.